Today we're going to be comparing two stereo looper pedals. We've got the 720 by Electro-harmonix and the Ditto X2 by TC Electronics. We're going to be looking at their features, their price points, and doing a little sound test at the end. So let's get to it. Feature-wise, both of these pedals are really similar. They both have stereo in and outputs. They both have dual foot switches for looping and for additional effects or stopping of the loops. Both of them have a loop level control. They both have reverse, half speed. They're both powered from 9 volts supplies. And they both can save loops, but the Ditto X2 can only save one backing track, whereas the 720 can save up to 10 separate tracks. And it does have a readout display to show those. Some additional features: you can fade out loops on the 720. It's got an external foot control jack for changing banks or instant undo redo. It has a loop progress mode that will basically count down the seconds remaining in your loop. I've seen some people complain about the switches on the Ditto X2 since they're the pole style that just push through to the circuit board mounted switches, and the 720 has proper mechanical but still silent switches, so they think that's a bit more accurate. In my experience, the difference has been negligible. Both have been reliable, and I haven't had any issue timing my button presses with either one. The Ditto X2 does have a USB port on the back that the 720 doesn't have, so that way you can transfer your loops to save them to your hard drive, or you could load pre-recorded tracks or just tracks you wanted to have on the looper. 720 doesn't have anything like that. You could just record direct in if you have the proper adapters, but you could also do that with the Ditto X2. Physically, they are pretty similarly sized. The 720 is slightly more narrow and slightly shorter, so if but once you get jacks put on the sides of these, takes up the same amount of width on a pedal board, probably even a little bit more, to be honest, than the TC Electronics, because it has the jacks on the top. So here's a sound test. I'm playing my Jazzmaster through my Crazy Train pedal board, and then it's going direct into the interface for today, I decided. So here is the 720. So to me, there's not really any discernible difference in between the two pedals. They sound effectively the same, but they do have different features. And one that I didn't mention was they both have an undo function. If you kind of hold down the loop button after you've recorded a loop, you can unrecord that loop. Let's talk price. The Ditto X2 is a little more expensive. It's about $180 brand new, maybe about $120 used on eBay or Reverb. The 720 looper is about $110 new. It's about $100 used. It hasn't been out as long. There aren't as many on the used market, but you can save a little bit of money that way. So overall, 720, a little bit cheaper. So there you have it. I am personally going to keep the 720 looper. I like the additional save slots it's got. I really like the fade out function that it's got. Aesthetically, I like the graphic on it a little bit more, but that's a pretty small point towards it. It's mostly about the saves options and that fading option. I like that with the ambient kind of guitar work that I do. It's a really useful function. But you can't go wrong if you're looking at either one of these. If you got a good deal on one, just go for it. You're not going to be disappointed, I don't think. I had moved over from the Digitech Solo, what is it called? Yeah, Jam Man Solo. And it didn't have, it was the original version, so it didn't have the stereo inputs and outputs. But it did save, it's up to 100 loops on that one. But I was honestly finding that I was saving, like I would come up with a new lick, and I would save that, and then I would move on to the next bank. Come up with a new lick, save it, move on to the next bank. So I thought, in getting that Ditto X2, only being able to save the one loop, I would either have to complete that song, save it, or kind of record that, have a demo version on a computer that I could or I would have to, it would have to be a good enough riff, a good enough loop that I'd remember it for the next time. So I thought kind of a philosophy of keeping it a little minimal might have been good, but I think I found a happy medium with the 720 for myself. I can save some loops, but it doesn't get too overwhelming, but it's really nice to have the option there. I like both of them, but I'm keeping the 720. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this style of video. I'm trying to post a little more regularly now. It's been a long time since I've posted anything really, but maybe about a weekly update you can expect. Let me know if you liked these gear related videos, if you want to just see me making more loops like that, making up songs. I'm kind of just doing whatever I want with it right now, but I would appreciate the feedback. We'll catch you later.